And today we're going to be looking at the news in additive at the moment, and courtesy of 3dprint.com. So the first bit of news is that, well, we're looking at a 3D printed, a bassinet or basin for a yeah, okay, sorry about this. Sorry, my something went wrong with my connection there. Okay. So this is a 3D printed sink. It's made by Kohlers and the artist Daniel Arsham. And it's a 3D printed Rock 01 sink. And it's got some brass elements in it because there was some brass in Kohler's history. Kohler is a storied, very, very large US-based firm making bathroom fixtures and all sorts of things in and around your bathroom. And they say that using ceramic 3D printing to make this sink wasted less material and less water. This is only sold in a limited edition of 99, so it's not like a huge mainstream product. You can go to a Best Buy or to like a local hardware store kind of thing and buy it or anything like that. But it's a application that has so far been overlooked. Like Olivier van Herpt has been working on ceramics 3D printing, large-scale ceramics 3D printing for over a decade now, and still I can't go to some local store and get 3D printed sinks. And I think this is, I'm not too fond of the design of this, by the way, but I think it's a really, really good example in the sense that it's an example of something. Imagine you have a bathroom with a kind of a really weird little curved wall or a really small little niche or a really small little corner, and you'd like to have this, or you'd like to express yourself by creating a sink that's unique. I think there's a really lot of possibilities in high-end design and specialist areas like yacht design and things like this for these kind of things. I think it's a really underappreciated kind of 3D printing application that we don't talk about enough. There's another thing that happened, that is that Professor Hussaini Doko Ibrahim of the Nigerian Raw Materials Research and Development Council, called the RMRDC, has said at a 3D printing meeting in Nigeria that deploying 3D technology skills and designs in manufacturing over the next 10 years, that the nation could save about 30 trillion naira and create 100,000 new jobs and increase the country's GDP by 30%. I'm very, very optimistic about 3D printing, and I think it can have a very, very big impact on the world. I really like developing nations using 3D printing. A country like Nigeria is very remote. There's problems importing things, problems making things locally. I think the country can do a lot by using digital manufacturing and 3D design to make spare parts and make all sorts of things and kickstart a lot of industries that they've been unable to do so now through the lower barriers to entry 3D printing. I think developing countries that still have a lot of resources and a lot of people, like Nigeria, a lot of domestic market, could really create indigenous, local, strong 3D printing giants, especially on applications. Right? There's millions of products in Nigeria that could be leading the world in, or be locally available that are 3D printed. And they could develop it. But the idea of that in 10 years, the 30% of the GDP of Nigeria could be increased, 100,000 jobs could be added just to 3D printing and other 3D design, digital technologies in the 3D realm, to me seems very, very, very beyond optimistic towards like far-fetched. I mean, the whole 3D printing industry at its most optimistic mainstream estimate is 15 billion in revenue at the moment, all of it. And that would seem that the local one market, even though it's a big country, would absorb a much higher growth. Like they're talking about 67 billion US dollars in Nigeria alone. Yeah, that to me in 10 years is a very, very optimistic scenario that goes beyond what we would expect a lot of other really big countries to be doing. So, I do think that given the oil industry in Nigeria, given the potential for energy industry and stuff like that, the potential for 3D printing in an economy like that is really, really considerable. For spare parts, for local production, for local manufacturing, for creating all sorts of things from the ground up that aren't possible, for tooling and stuff like that. And especially if they would think in manufacturing more, I think there could be huge growth. But I just think this seems to me, this whole idea seems to be very, very enthusiastic and a bit too optimistic. There's another thing that I think is a bit too optimistic, and that's an Australian 3D printing service called Amaero. that has announced a JV with Rabdan Industries, and this is to deal with the metal powder production in the UAE. They two companies said the JV will undertake what's called Falcon Advanced Materials, and it will undertake projects up to 300 million Australian dollars. So Amaero, I guess, which is well, actually they do some really cutting edge work in a service bureau environment, and they're located in Australia. They're a publicly traded company in Australia, but what they say is that they're going to open an applied engineering design center. They want to focus also on large format printing, and they want to do powder production that includes 7 gas atomizers, 4 to titanium, 3 for aluminum, copper, and super alloys. To me, this is an exceedingly ambitious kind of thing. And given the fact that at the moment, Amaero's stock price got a huge bump out of this and now is trading at 0.099 cents as of when we researched this. And the market cap of the business is 28 million Australian dollars. The company made less than $1 million in revenue. Notably, it made 560K in revenue over the last year, and also racked up a $8 million loss. To me, it seems like it's good to be ambitious, and it's good to really do really exciting things. And I think it would be a fantastic opportunity for the UAE and that region to make its own powder bed fusion powder. I think they're given the cost advantage they have in energy, the fact that in some cases they could be quite close to these where the resources are coming from, and look at like a Dubai airports and port system and how connected they are with the region. And how close they are physically with that region. I think that, and how much money they spent so far on becoming a 3D printing hub. I think that points to this being there being potential here. But to me, for a business to go in a 50-50 joint venture, and that then is going to get 7 gas atomizers in some way, and get that off the ground. To me, that and then has a revenue of 500K, that to me, is could be, potentially, again, optimistic / precarious from a financial point of view. So I don't know. And usually I'm like a cheerleader for everyone that wants to go out there and use their entrepreneurial skill and hope and technology to go places. But to me, I think both these things, the last 2 news items, I'm intensely skeptical. I mean, on the one hand, hey, if we would increase Nigerian GDP by 30% in 10 years as a 3D printing industry, hey, that would be amazing for all of us, I think. And if there will be 7 gas atomizers, IGAs working tirelessly in the UAE making powder, that would be a great thing for us as well. So I would like to be positively surprised, but I'm at this point skeptical. Hey, sorry for the initial problems. I had some problems with my internet and stuff. Sorry about the initial problems in this cast, and I hope you enjoyed this and this was useful for you. Thank you very much. Have a great day.